Did my stream go out? Did my thing stop streaming? Oh, crap. It did. And Sean Murphy isn't playing. I got to rerun it. Did the stream go out? Like, when you say late, like, I started at 6:30, but did it, like, go off? Gosh. Man, see, I've run into, like, technical difficulty after technical difficulty. So it's like it just started? Oh, man. No, it's like I run the YouTube thing off my laptop, and so it turned off, and I thought it would still run. I guess not. Jeez, this is, yeah, 2 nights in a row of train wreck technical difficulties. So I guess that means I need to make sure this computer didn't turn off, this laptop. So apparently when the laptop turns off, the stream stops. I did not know that. First time to know everything. First time for everything. Now the question is, how do I keep it from turning off? Like, I need to set the timeout settings. Yeah, I apologize, everybody. I didn't know that if your laptop turns off, that the stream stops as well, because I did not know that. All right, sorry, guys. All right, I'm trying to figure out how to prevent that from happening. Just in case. Otherwise, I have to keep moving the mouse every 10 seconds, and that'll be annoying. You know what? Since this is, yeah, I don't have administrator access on this laptop. Oh well. I need to get this head-to-head lineup in. All right. So Mark Canna. Okay, Mark Canna. All right, got the head-to-head lineup in. All right. Yeah, I need to do some kind of quality control here because this is the second night in a row that my streams have been gone off the rail. But to be fair, I didn't know that your stream stops when the laptop turns off. But anyway, what you guys missed was me just fixing a couple bugs. But I tried, an hour and a half before I was supposed to start the stream at 6:30. I tried to redo some of my daily fantasy concepts, but that just wasn't enough time. I was saying, coming up with like a very good daily fantasy approach will take, probably multiple days, if not weeks, rather than just an hour and a half. So, and with me working on my college football model and trying to get that ready for the start of the year, I don't know if I'll just have enough time to be able to visit. And really what I'm trying to change for daily fantasy isn't I feel like the approach I have is very good for double ups and 50-50s and everything like that. I'm just trying to change the approach for big prize contests. And so that's kind of what I was working on an hour and a half before the stream started. And so I was fixing some bugs while I guess the stream had frozen. The West Coast Special. So this is the contest last year that I entered where I was winning until the very end. And I ended up placing like 8th, so I won $250. But I was in first place for most of pretty much like the whole night. West Coast Special. But no, I'm not going to stay up that late tonight. All right, so we got the Pirates and Dodgers showdown, 2 night games, and that's it. So I can enter in a... So I can't enter in a snake, but I can do it for the Pirates. So let me get my snake lineup going. I'm going to enter in some snake contests for the Pirates. I know why it's doing that. Stupid OneDrive. I hate OneDrive. Like, I like OneDrive, but this this new computer I bought, like, it's automatically set up OneDrive for me when I started it, so I'm like having to migrate a bunch of stuff off. All right. So all Dodgers. Yeah, it's the Pirates. I mean, I'll try to get into this snake. Well, at least set my rankings. All right, so Max Muncy, Will Smith, Trey Turner. Is he not playing? All right, so I need to move him down. Justin Turner, AJ Pollock, Key Brian Hayes. Wait, no. Brian Reynolds, Corey Seager. He's not playing. Wow, there's a lot of guys not playing. You know, I should, since all these guys are out of the lineup, I should rerun the Monte Carlo. I'm going to do that. I'm going to rerun the Monte Carlo. I have time. Plenty of time. I appreciate it. You wrote a book because of my channel? No, that's good. I'm glad. Glad to hear it. Appreciate it. All right. Baseball. How do I do this? So let me see what the lineups are. Justin Bruihl? Who the heck is that? He's probably going to be like a... I don't even know how you spell that. I've never heard of that guy before. Bruihl. Okay. He is my starter. And then for lineups, all this is scraped, by the way. So if I have to manually change it after the scrape. Man, they get whoever does these lineup projections is not good. How do you spell that? Yoshi, Tsutsuggo. Okay. Wilmer Defoe, Gregory Polanco, Michael Perez, JT Brubaker, and so we got AJ Pollock, Max Muncy, Justin Turner, Corey Seager, Will Smith, Cody Bellinger, Billy McKinney, Gavin Lux, and then the guy who probably won't even bat because I guarantee he's just a opener. Okay. Now I rerun my Monte Carlo. I need to know what number that is, though. What game number it is. So 0, 1, 2, so 0. So number 14. I forgot I closed my Python. All right. Whoops, I put the year wrong. No, it's running the Phillies. Dang, stop. Okay, here we go. Error message, of course. That's what streams attract error messages. Streams attract error messages. I think it's because Justin Brewell is in the Dodgers bullpen. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Yep, I'm right. I'm right. See, I know why errors come up now. All right, so I need to go to Fangraphs. So Neftali Feliz is in the bullpen now for the Dodgers. I would never have guessed that. All right, so I need to make sure Justin Brewell is not in there. He's just going to be an opener, guys. And then just find a random, let's do Connor Green, ultimate millennial name. I update the bullpens once a week. All right. I bet like nobody's watching the stream right now because of the errors I had at the beginning. Yeah, I have 8 viewers. That's like a lot less than I usually have. I apologize. But hey, the 8 people sticking around, you guys are the diehards who will stick me through the no matter what. I appreciate that. We'll get this fixed. All right. So now that I did that, and I can rerun the daily fantasy projections based on the new lineups. All right, now let's see if still getting used to this keyboard. All right, now let's see if my snake thingamajig is accurate. Okay, yeah, there we go. It looks a lot better. Okay. Yeah, for the 8 of you who are sticking around, I usually have, like, I remember during college basketball season, I had, what, like 50 during my streams. And even last night, I had maybe 35. So the 8 that stuck around, you watched a blank screen for however long. You guys are a good audience. Okay, Pirates, Showdown Captain Mode, Pirates, Snake. I don't even know how the lineups I've already entered in are doing. All right, so Will Smith is actually number 1. Max Muncy, AJ Pollock, Turner, Bellinger, Reynolds, Seager, McKinney. Where is Billy McKinney? There he is, all the way to 25. Ke'Bryan Hayes. Hoy Park. Doesn't even have a picture. Colin Moran. Gavin Lux. Michael Perez. Wilmer Defoe. I don't even know who some of these players are. It is the Pirates, so they're pretty much like a perennial minor league team. Gregory Polanco and Yoshi. Pulling up the rear. Hopefully it doesn't get that far, but there you go. So I'm in a snake draft for that. I wonder if there's another snake draft I can enter in for that. Ooh, the one I just entered closed. I want to enter this 4-player one right here. Okay, I have a draft. It's going live here in a second. Live draft. Yeah, I started my new job last Monday, and I just it was weird. The 2 months before I started my new job, I wasn't working really on my models or anything like that because I was just so stressed about the job search and everything that, but now that I started my job, this is my escape. This is what I do in my free time now. So now I want to do it. And I'm I have no time for models anymore. It's I want to get my priority right now is to get my college football model done before August 28th, which is week 0. So I have 10 days. So I probably won't be able to make very much progress on the daily fantasy baseball. Ooh, I'm on the clock. All right, who do I draft? Will Smith? And I can draft A.J. Pollock back to back. All right, but yeah, so that's my priority. So this is probably it for daily fantasy. I mean, I'll still play daily fantasy, but I gotta work on my college. I have 10 days to get that done. 10 days to get my college football model done. All right, so so basically I can get my pick of whoever I want when I have my next picks. It's probably going to be Ke'Bryan Hayes and Hoy Park. Who else would he draft? I could see him drafting Colin Moran, this guy who's up right now. But yeah, it was going to be Ke'Bryan. I wanted Ke'Bryan Hayes. Oh, well. Let's do Billy McKinney and Hoy Park. All right. I feel like I got the players I wanted with I got number 1 and number 3 in my rankings. That's pretty good. And then I got number 8, but I really wanted Ke'Bryan Hayes. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get him. Oh well. Right? Yeah. Going back to I was looking at I'm so afraid to look at my college basketball model when that starts in November because I have a really bad habit of writing my code in the moment, so to speak, and not making it really readable in the future. I need to do a better job of documenting my code and making it more readable so I can go to it a year later and remember it all and recognize it. I haven't even checked to see how my lineups are doing. The ones that have already started. Okay, this 10-player draft is live. Oh, I have pick number 1. So here's the question. Since I have pick number 1, the thing is Will Smith isn't going to last till I have my next pick at pick number 8. Will Smith will not last. So, got to go with Will Smith. Maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll get Ke'Bryan Hayes at pick 8. If I'm lucky. But yeah, I'm going to go with Will Smith. He won't be around. Here I go. All right, let's see who picks who. You just picked Max Muncy, not surprised. Okay, Justin Turner. Pollock is probably coming off the board here. No, Seager did, but he'll pick Pollock. If he picks Bellinger, I'm going to laugh. Please pick Bellinger. Well, it doesn't matter. Someone's going to pick Bellinger. I'm just hoping that Ke'Bryan Hayes or Brian Reynolds are around by the time I come up. Come on, Brian Reynolds. Yes, he is, but he took Ke'Bryan Hayes. Dang it. All right, who do I pick now? Well, this is the thing. This is my last pick. No, I have one more pick at the end. Who do I pick? The thing is, will Billy McKinney be around by the time? Probably not, so I'll take him. I mean, I'm probably going to get Yoshi. I mean, I pretty much have... Yeah, Snake. I just started doing it last week. Yeah, you can do it. You can do this for football as well. It's called Snake. It's just like a live draft. You just want to make sure you have your rankings set before you draft. Otherwise, you'll be hunting and pecking and trying. So that's why I created this, just to like help me rank everybody. Because I tried to do it live and like keep track of who's been drafted and who hasn't, and it was just too hectic because it goes so fast. But yeah, I entered in one last Saturday that was like, it wasn't a showdown draft. It was a classic draft. So you drafted like, there's 7 rounds and there's 12 players. So like it had 84 picks. So like you went really deep down the list. So you want to make sure you have your rankings set before you draft so you're not scrambling. Yeah, I don't know. While I've been programming my college football model, I'm like, how would I use this for daily fantasy? So, and it's like, okay. The thing with college football daily fantasy is that it's only quarterbacks, receivers, and running backs. That's it. 3 positions. I need to enter a showdown for the Pirates and Dodgers. Wait, that's for tomorrow. Whoops. Mitch White is not pitching. It's that other guy. At least because I reran the Monte Carlo with the new lineup, that it's not going to come up with players that are not playing. Justin Bruihl as a captain? I don't think so. Please find a better lineup than that. I just don't. Justin Bruihl is going to pitch like 2 innings. You don't want him as a captain. And I try to set my Monte Carlo and my model up to where it can sniff out pitchers that are going to be openers. But even then, it's still like, I wonder how many projected innings it has Justin Bruihl going. So 5. He's not going to go 5, but even then, like, he just hasn't pitched enough for that to register. That's kind of the issue. I need to, like, have an opener flag or something like that. Are you talking about buying a Madden sim just to be able to use for daily fantasy? That would be crazy. I've always wondered who actually does like the Madden sim daily fantasies. It's not going to find. I'm going to get rid of Justin Brule as a captain. I'm going to have to redo it. You have to delete them twice in the showdown files because they show up as a captain and a utility. All right. Okay, that's more like it. Free rolls for Madden. Yeah, I've seen them. I was talking about on my stream on Saturday. We were talking about NFL preseason. Like, who would play NFL preseason daily fantasy? Like, talk about a total roll of the dice, like a coin flip. You don't know who's going to play, who's not. Like, total flip of the coin, roll of the dice. I'd rather have Brian Hayes and Cody Bellinger, but oh well. $30K check swing, $10K to first for a showdown. This is where I'd run the showdown with the TO5 module. Let's see if it puts out a different lineup. Looks the same to me. Same exact lineup I entered. Let me try the T10. JT Brubaker as a captain. That would definitely be a... Ooh, there's one with Cody Bellinger as a captain. I think I like that one. Save that one, but I'm going to try 18. I think JT Brubaker, if you're going to win if you're trying to win, I think that lineup with JT Brubaker or AJ Pollock. Decisions. Ooh, Billy McKinney as a captain. I have decisions to make. What if I did this? Boom. That's not going to work. Those are all bullpen guys. All right, so do I do 18 or do I do... Do I enter in a lineup with Billy McKinney as the captain or Cody Bellinger as the captain? How about in the four-seamer, I'll enter the Bellinger lineup. All right. So that's going to be, and then for the $12 contest, I'll enter in the one with Billy McKinney as the captain. Like, that's how you win contests like that. You draft a guy like Billy McKinney as your captain and hope that it connects. Now, that's a weird lineup. Billy McKinney is the captain, but that's how you win. You got to roll the dice. I need to enter this one in. Do I enter in the West Coast Special? That one that I almost won last year? Came in 8th place. Never forget. Like, me and my cousin were watching it, and we were just going, like, when Kyle Lewis hit that home run that, like, further extended my lead, I thought I was going to win because I was like, my guy that no one else had just hit a 3-run homer. And I was already in first place. I think it was 1 year ago today, actually. Let me see. Because Fernando Tatis was the guy who sunk me. No, it was 1 year ago today, yesterday, but it was August 17th because Fernando Tatis Jr. hit 2 home runs and he had 7 RBIs, but he hit a grand slam in the 8th inning. And everybody who had him passed me up after that happened. I think if he did not hit a grand slam, because a lot of people had him, so if he didn't hit a grand slam in the 8th inning, I would have won $20,000. Instead, I won $200. Yep. Yeah, I watch other daily fantasy live streams that get like dozens of more viewers than I do, but it's the problem I have with them is that if you hear a lot of this, I think, like it's not like me, at least I'm running like a computer system, a model, to at least make my picks. Other people they'll look at like a game like the Pirates and Dodgers and be like, oh, I think Max Muncy's due for a big night, blah, blah, blah. It's like a lot of I think, and they don't show their work. And then you have some that do show their work, but it's all behind a paywall, so you have to pay to see it, like it is what it is. Did I export this lineup? I hate the opener concept in baseball. I really do. All right. This is for the West Coast Special. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The larger, because there's one contest I was in last week, and there was 23 people in it, and 15 of the people in it had the same exact lineup. So I'm like, they got to be using the same system or optimizer. So But a lot of these websites like project usage, like how much, and that's kind of a weird thing because it's like, how do you project usage? How do you project usage? How do I put it? Without actually knowing who's picking who, because DraftKings isn't going to tell you what the usage is. So that's kind of the issue I run into. So you kind of have to estimate it. And like, how do you estimate usage? You can use salary and maybe this column right here and try to come up with estimated usage, see who's overvalued or undervalued. Yeah, this is going slow. Yeah, like whoever can estimate usage has an edge. There's no doubt about that. Alvin. Ah, crap. Crap. I have a problem. This is another reason I like R better, because you can use the brackets to line things up instead of guessing. I don't know who that is. Who is that? $45. Oh, okay. What was he? Yeah, so he was talking about daily fantasy. All right. Man, I had this down to a science last year. Let's see if that does it. I had this down to a science last year. Who is Ranger Suarez? I actually studied journalism in college. Well, I started out studying journalism, but then I moved over to more of the business side of the industry. And so the classes I took were focused more on like, the business side of media. So I took a lot of like research classes, analytics classes, stuff like that. I was always good at math though. Um, I was that kid who got bused to the high school when I was in first grade to take algebra classes, for example. So I was always good at math. Um, but yeah, in college, I actually started at broadcast journalism, but I didn't, I was like, I'd rather be on the business side of the industry. So I really focused on like digital advertising, digital media, audience research, stuff like that, producing the business side of the industry, so to speak. And yeah. And in those classes, you learn a lot of analytical techniques, but a lot of what I do is self-taught. It really is self-taught. You got to be I think the biggest quality that I have is curiosity. You got to be a curious person. No, it didn't make me cry, but I do like the movie Field of Dreams. But, yeah, I do like the movie Field of Dreams. Hang on a sec. That's not supposed to happen. I know why it's running so long. Okay. Let's see if this speeds it up. A little bit of both. Cody, a little bit of both. I would say it definitely makes me more engaged in football, but not so much in baseball. Like, I don't watch as much baseball as I should. Basketball, it's hit or miss. A lot of times I'll just run the model and just like check the results at the end of the night. Because football is really the only sport that I can watch with games I bet on. Like basketball, there's no point in watching games you bet on in basketball because most of the time it comes down to free throws and fouling at the end anyway. And baseball just moves too slow. So yeah. Good question. Yeah, it was a good question. Yeah, you remember March Madness? I will never do that again. The bird feeder cam was just a total... All those trolls that ruined it. Those trolls. Remember the trolls that ruined it all? All right, so there's my lineup. This is for the West Coast special. Ranger Suarez, JT Brubaker, Will Smith, Brad Miller, Max Muncy, Justin Turner. There's a lot of Dodgers in the lineup. Five Dodgers and I have the Pirates pitcher. That's not a good sign. Oh, well. Yep, you did see me pace around, though. That's for sure. All right, I'm gonna enter in one more lineup. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know what it was all about, but they just, yeah. I think people forget I was supposed to go home for my sister's birthday, and I canceled it because of those trolls that were lying to me. But anyway, that looks like the same exact lineup I just entered. Oh, well, I'll enter it. Will I be doing another college football week 1 betting video? Yes. Yes. Yes, I just got to get my college football model done. I don't know if I'll have it done by week 0. I can't make any promises. And there's really not that many good games for week 0, and I've never really cared about betting week 0. Like 2 years ago I did when it was at Florida and Miami and then Hawaii and Arizona. But, I didn't. The only reason I bet on it is because I was in Las Vegas at the time. But I got to get that model done. All right, Gene Segura, Justin Turner, Corey Seager, Bryce Harper, AJ Pollock, and Brian Reynolds. All right, that's probably all I'm going to enter in tonight. So you ordered a card, Colts rookie card. All right, time to see how my lineups are actually doing. I haven't even checked. Probably a lot of zeros. 0, 0, 0. Oh, yeah, a lot of zeros. Oh, man, look at all those zeros. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, I'm not that far out of money here. Oh, wow, I'm not doing very good on here. Because Nick Pivetta is not doing good. He was my pitcher. But this was a lineup that I entered in that was like high. This was a boomer bust lineup, so not surprising. All right. 11th place. Nice. I'm way behind. How far away am I from cashing in? Because my captain, Kike Hernandez, hasn't done anything. That's why. But I'm the only one who drafted him as captain. I have all my guys except Hunter Renfroe are low usage, and none of them are doing anything. All right, how? Here's this 41 out of 117. It's not terrible. $25 turbo double up. Last place. And I'm not. Everybody has Lance Lynn and Marco Gonzalez. So my low usage guys, like none of my guys outside of my pitchers are doing anything. Let's see if I was right there. Yeah, everyone had Lance Lynn as their captain. I predicted that. So my low usage guys is Matt Olson, Mark Canha, Jed Lowry, everybody but Hernandez. Oh, man. College of Charleston. Yeah, I like daily fantasy more than betting. I can tell you that. So this is the only one I'm actually winning any money in the head-to-head that I entered in. Wow. But, there's a lot of zeros on Saturday and everything came around at the end, but I'm not getting my hopes up this time. Yeah. No, actually last year for college football, it was live streams and not videos, but it's, I would go through the college football matchups. I just got to get that college football model done. I'm pretty much like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know if I'm going to do preseason ratings or if I'm going to add secondary stats. I'll probably do secondary stats and see. I'll do secondary stats and see if they have any influence on a p-values or influence on a model. And that way I know whether it's worth doing preseason ratings or not for those secondary stats. But I have 10 days. 17 or 15 if I don't want to start until September, is it 2nd? Yeah, September 2nd. Like, if I don't bet week 0 for college football, I don't bet week 0. The matchups are not that great, guys. I mean, what do we got on week 0? Nebraska, Illinois, UConn, who's horrible, and Fresno State, Hawaii and UCLA, UTEP and New Mexico State. Those are like 2 of the worst teams in college football. And then an FCS game that I wouldn't even bet anyway. So basically there's 4 games I could bet. I just don't. Did UConn even play football last year? I don't think they did. Yeah, the last time I had a winning week 1 was 2016, I think. Betting college football. I never have a winning week 1. It's rare. Usually my best weeks every year are like weeks 3 and 4. Oh, wait, look, this changed to 50. What happened? Oh, Matt Olson got a hit, or a walk, and Mark Canna came through. So 2 of my guys. Okay, so it's not all a train wreck. Which one of these lineups has the best chance of flipping? Not that one. I'm in last place there. I'm towards the bottom here. This was a long shot. This was like, I entered in this lineup, though, to try to win. You know, it was one of those high risk, high reward lineups. And this one, I'm not that far out. Who are my low usage guys in this lineup? Yuli Gurriel, Abraham Toro. I mean, my pitchers are doing fine. Yeah, it's still early. Who does this guy have that he has 98 points? Awesome, Danny Donahue, 7777. Is baseball my main jam? It's my favorite pro sport for sure, but I think college football is my favorite sport to bet on. And I don't think that'll ever change. Like, I usually go to Las Vegas for the first week of college football every year, but not this year because of the mask mandate. I was going to, but the mask mandate is why I'm not. I had to cancel my trip. And I didn't go last year for obvious reasons. Last year's college football season was so dumb. So forgettable. And I'm worried. I'm worried that we're going to see the same crap again. I feel like the writing's on the wall. We're going to see capacity restrictions and canceled games and all that. It's a bummer. What programming language do you use, Cody? What sport did I play in college? Football. Football. Yeah. Raiders requesting vaccination cards. Get out of here. Get out of here. I remember people used to troll my channel back during college basketball season. They would come in and stir the pot about COVID and masks and lockdowns and the vaccine and all that. They would come in and stir the pot. Okay, who are my players in this game that I need to come through? So when is Kike Hernandez coming up? So he'll come up to lead off next inning, so I'll have no one on base, unfortunately. Do I have any Rangers players? I don't think I do. Yeah, I like R more than Python, though. I really do. Like, I'm programming my college football model in R. I don't have Josh Harrison. Does anybody? So I have Seth Brown batting eighth, so I don't know. There was a contest I was in on Saturday, and I ended up finishing like 40th, and it was a big prize contest, so I won like $100. But I had Jonathan Scope, and the bases were loaded, and he flied out. If he had like cleared the bases with a double or something, I probably could have won a lot more money that night. I am going to take a quick break and get some water. I'll be right back. You guys should have seen what I ate the other day. Not Whataburger. That was last Monday. You know, in like California and Nevada, they have those, taco stands, so to speak. I don't want to call them taco stands, but, small mom and pop Mexican food shops that sell like carne asada fries and burritos. Well, I went to one of those places after working out on Monday, and I got carne asada fries, I got super nachos, I got a big quesadilla, and I got a chimichanga, and I ate it all. And then I went to Freddy's Frozen Custard and got a frozen custard. Not Freddy's, Andy's, and ate all that as well. I know I have some Royals players. Wait, no, I don't. I thought Jorge Soler was a Royals player, but he's not anymore. Who does he play for now? The Braves, right? Okay, he's up right now. Okay. Let's see what he can do. I need some good news. I don't have a lot going for me right now. This is unacceptable. And 11th place. Nice. Yeah, Whataburger. They're not taco trucks. They're just like small little taco. Like, there's a bunch of them in Las Vegas called Roberto's. I'll take a walk. Why not? But yeah, Roberto's. Like, places like that. I'll show you the one I went to the other day. It was in North Richland Hills on Davis. Los Juanitos. Here it is. So I went to this place called Los Juanitos. And it's like this just small little building. Like, see, it's just like a small little building. California style burrito, that's what it says. But yeah. So that's a chili run. I didn't get one of those. I got some carne asada fries, so that's carne asada fries. I got a big quesadilla. Here's a big quesadilla. I got a chimichanga. Let's see if I can find a picture of a chimichanga. Here's one. Yeah, chimichanga. And I got super nachos. I don't know if we'll see any pictures of those. They're pretty much like the carne asada fries right here, but with chips instead of fries. But yeah, it was all very good. But that's what I got on Monday. But no, here's a chimichanga right here. But yeah, I'm going to eat, healthy for the rest of the week. The Whataburger was good. Let's see if Jorge Soler can steal a base. Give me 5 points. 2 outs, why not? Is he fast? Oh, wow. Freddie Freeman just hit a home run, which is probably bad because I bet a bunch of people have him. It'll score Jorge Soler that will give me 2 more points, but Tom Labate, probably not. I don't know if I'm going to do daily fantasy for college football. I feel like daily fantasy for college football is a different system than betting because all you're really trying to measure is yards, because that's really the only stat you can measure for daily fantasy. You know, that's the main stat to measure. So you don't really need to go play-by-play level deep. You can get the information because it's just quarterback, receiver, and running back for daily fantasy, right? So you don't really need, how do I put it? You could probably get the information you need for daily fantasy college football out of a box score. I should probably use NVIDIA's acceleration myself. But yeah, Tom Labate, good question. But yeah, I just don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze for daily fantasy for college football. I mean, that's it just feels like it would use a different system. The way I have my model set up for college football is more to like measure projected final scores and margins and totals and all that, but not so much individual stats. Individual stats, you can get that out of box score data. Like you'd really just need to measure 4 things. How many yards per 100 plays defenses give up, and then you take the quarterbacks, how many yards per 100 plays they throw for. Running back, same thing, yards per 100 carries, blah, blah, blah. And then, I don't know, adjust off the, it's a different system. All right, who's coming up for the Astros? Next inning, Gurriel, who I have. McCormick, who I have. All right. So I'll have some chance to makes up some ground when the Astros come up to bat. All right, top of the 3rd for the A's. Bottom of the 3rd. Okay, which White Sox players do I have? Jose Abreu is one. Man, someone just hit a home run for the Tigers. Or no, Otani just hit a home run for the Angels, but he doesn't collect batting stats tonight. I have the Angels-Tigers game on. All right, I don't have Tim Anderson, but I do have C. Hernandez, but I think everyone else has him too. And then I do have Abreu at least in this lineup right here that I'm already winning in. I need to make up some ground. This is my best opportunity to make up ground right here. This one is a lost cause pretty much. All right, Kike Hernandez is up. I really need him to do something. So him and Renfroe back to back. So I need them to come through. Yeah, I know I have an NVIDIA graphics card on this new computer. I should look into that. All right, 2-0 count for Enrique Hernandez. Deep learning model. I know how to do neural networks. I can use Keras and everything like that, but like I've never actually found a practical use for it. Like, where could I use a neural network in my models? That's a great question. Like I was saying last night, I was just messing around. I mean, this is very introductory, but just trying to run a model that most accurately forecasted the away team points in college football over the last 2 seasons. Linear regression beat out gradient boosting, random forest, and adaptive boosting. A nearest neighbors model takes a little bit more programming, but sometimes the simplest is the one that works. Sometimes that's how it is. All right, a walk. I mean, it's better than a walk. It's 3 points for my captain, but I need him to steal a base. Or Hunter Renfroe can come through somehow. If you want to learn R, I recommend Data Camp. It's a good website. That's where I would send my employees to learn R. All right, Hunter Renfroe. I could really use him to come through. Is this game on TV? I don't think it is. Maybe I can program. Can you do neural networks for regression? It's a great question, right? You should be able to. Yeah, you can. So maybe I can program a neural network model for my college football as well. I might as well. Oh no! I have zeros across the board now. That's not good. Zeros across the board. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Zeros across the board. I wonder what caused me to fall out here. Oh, because he is the pitcher for the A's. That's why. Suspense. Fly out. All right. Yeah, I'm probably done over here. Or not there. Right here. I have 12 points. None of my guys are doing anything. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to put a neural network into my college football model. I mean, you can use it for classification, which is wins and losses, but for money line bets, but for spread bets, you'd use regression and totals. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I highly doubt I'll go 0-4, but I've done it before. There was a night last year where I entered like 10 contests and lost them all. Which is fine, you know, because I don't know how much more daily fantasy I'm going to be doing in baseball for the rest of the month, just because I need to get my college football model done. So this might be like a swan song, so to speak. Man, my two guys for the Astros, ground out and strikeout. All right, Seth Brown is coming up, someone I have in 2 lineups. I sure did have a lot of A's in my lineup, considering they're going against Lance Lynn. All right. I haven't had much good news tonight. Like, I had to scramble to get everything done before I went live. But I still think my approach, like I said, I like my approach that I use for the double ups and head-to-heads and all that. But I feel like coming up with a strategy that'll win you the big contests. Like, I'm not that far out in this one. But, like, let's see who's in first place here. Like, let's see what they have. 137 entries. So the buy-in was what, $10? So he spent at least $1,500 to get into this one. But I mean, his lineup isn't that much different than mine. This guy's, yeah, I couldn't imagine. Oh, Seth Brown hit a home run. All right, yes. I didn't even see that. Definitely sports betting. I've never been in a position where I can say I'm successful at DFS. But I just started trying to do it last year, and then I moved to Las Vegas and didn't have access to it anymore. So I'm still very new to it. It's still a work in progress. So definitely sports betting. I do like daily fantasy, though. I feel like it's more fun. Yeah, like, that's the thing. These people who are in first place right now are probably like, oh, I couldn't imagine. Because I remember when I was in first place last year with a $20,000 top prize, and it was like, I remember my heart rate on my Garmin watch was, I was just sitting still like this, and it was off the charts. But yeah, so this guy who's in first, I mean, he had Freddie Freeman. That seems to be the common theme of the guys at the top right now. Yep. Let's see what that home run did. Yeah, it put me back up in these two. So at least I'm not total goose eggs right now, but this is the one that I can flip right here. I don't think I can flip any of the others. I could flip this one maybe. 11th place. I'm still early in this one. But I have all Astros and Mariners in this lineup, and neither of those teams are really having a lot of success. All right, Mark Canha. I do have him in both my lineups. Yeah, well, I mean, 100 lineups. It's like, what are you really doing when you're entering that many lineups? Like, what are you really changing? Is my question. How did I project Freeman tonight? I had him at 8.55. See. Yeah, I had the Mariners scoring a lot more runs, and the Astros. I had them scoring 7. Astros are going well below what they were projected to do. But if they can get to the Royals bullpen, they have a chance to score some more runs. I'm in first place in this one. I think they have like contests you can enter in for only if you're new, but they're just like double ups and stuff like that. The sharks are always going to exist. The people who enter 150 lineups into a contest that has a $10 buy-in, they're spending $1,500. Like I could never spend that much money on a single contest. So Brett Gardner, do I have him? I thought I did, but I don't. All right, Mariners are batting. Let's see what we got. So I had Luis Torrens, of course. He doesn't do anything. Jared Kelenic, I don't have him, but I do have Cal Raleigh, who's coming up to bat next. In this contest that I'm in last place in. All right, that inning's over. So I pretty much stacked my lineups tonight with Astros and Mariners. They're just not getting it done. Astros game. I still need to call AT&T and tell them that I still get Las Vegas channels, because I do. Like, I couldn't watch WWE live the other night because it still thinks I'm in the Pacific time zone. All right, Cal Raleigh. I have him in this lineup right here where he's where I'm in 10th place. Yeah, if you're not on top of your lineups and a guy gets pulled or whatever, you're screwed. That happened to me last year. Like that's why I don't like to enter in lineups until like 30 minutes before the game. Because I remember I entered in some lineups last year and it would get rained out, and or a guy would be pulled. You got to really stay on top of that. That's also why I don't enter in those snake drafts until lineups are set. All right. Cal Raleigh, good job. All right. So the last good news I got was Seth Brown's home run. Apart from that, not much to get excited about. I've been getting up early since I started my new job, so I'll probably just go until these sets of games are done. I'm not going to stay up for that Pirates game and the Dodgers. You're just here so you don't get fired. Awesome. Last Saturday, I actually won like most of my contests. Because on my stream on Saturday, I deposited $300, and I ended the night with like $375. Andrew Velasquez. Nobody has him. But I do have DJ LeMahieu over here, but like I said, I'm dead in this There's no way I can come back. I am so far behind everybody else. Like I said, I've been getting up at because, I'm training for a half marathon, and, you can't run during the day. You can't. It's too hot around here. It's too hot and humid. And so you have a choice. You can either run at night or you can run in the morning. But running at night, it's still hot. It's just the sun's not shining, but it's still hot. But if you get up early, it's in the 70s, before the sun comes up, and it's manageable. So I've been getting up early to run. I didn't get up early this morning, though. My running days are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. But I will be getting up early tomorrow to run. I need Andrew. I mean, yeah, these two contests right here are done. They're done. So I could flip this one maybe. I'm still like only 10 spots out, or 2 spots out over here. So if my Astros players can come through, I have a chance. Okay, so who's coming up next? We got Altuve, Brantley, and Correa. So I do have Brantley in this lineup, and I have Correa right here, and Brantley right here, and Correa. And then Alvarez, I have in these two. Diaz, I have right here. I thought Toro played for the... No, he plays for the Mariners. That's right. He got traded from the Astros to the Mariners. Ryan O'Hearn. Oh, I thought that was Miguel Cabrera's 500th home run, but it was a warning track out. Almost. All the fans are going to leave now. He gave it a shot. All the fans thought it was a home run, and it wasn't. Oh, yeah. Didn't you have the Reds on Saturday? And they almost got no hit? I don't really care about what Altuve does because I don't have him in any of my lineups. Man, all the Tigers fans got up and thought it was... I was at Sammy Sosa's 600th home run. I was at that game. I was also at Rafael Palmeiro's 500th home run. I was at Nolan Ryan's 7th no-hitter. I was at Kenny Rogers' perfect game. What other games were I at where something happened? Those are the ones I can remember. I need the Astros and Mariners to start producing. All right, at least a runner will be on for Brantley. All right. What channel is the Astros game on? That's the thing. I get the Angels and Tigers, but I get like nothing else. And that game's now over. So what game can I put on now? I need to call AT&T and let them know I don't live in Las Vegas anymore. Phillies and D-backs. It doesn't let me watch MLB Network for some reason. It says not able to... Okay, now it's letting me watch it. So Michael Brantley lines out and Correa flies out. Awesome. Yeah, when I lived in Louisville, there's a lot of Reds fans there. I'm in 11th place now here. Can I move up one more spot? I would need the Astros or Mariners players to start producing. Otherwise, it's not happening. It's pretty much where I'm at right now. Reddit streams. I will say I've used that before. If I wasn't streaming, I probably would. Who's coming up for the Mariners? Crawford, who I have at least in one lineup. Right? I have him in a lineup. Oh, yeah, I have him right here. Haniger and then Seager. So Crawford would be a big deal if he could do something. That Smirnoff commercial that I just saw is the dumbest commercial I've ever seen. All right, where are we at? I'm in last place in this one. The broadcasts are limited to regions here because networks pay big money for the rights to air them. So if I need to move up quite a bit. So the people that are, the people that are placing in this contest, nobody's really done much in any of these games. They've just done more than my guys have. I have a bunch of zeros and across the board. But we got the Mariners coming up, which is good. Yeah, I remember someone was telling me about their logbook. Truck driver logbook. Someone was telling me about it. But yeah, they made it sound very restrictive. When I lived in Louisville, I met all kinds of people. I bartended part-time, and, you met a lot of truck drivers because we were the only restaurant open past midnight in the area that I lived in Louisville. So we get a lot of people that would come in late, a lot of truck drivers. Whoops. Okay. This is the one I can flip. I just need to move up one more spot, I think. One or two more spots. But J.P. Crawford doing something would go a long way. Him and Kyle Seager. Geez, 1,500 miles in 24 hours. That's ridiculous. I just, when I moved in a truck from Las Vegas to here, I can't drive for that long before I got to stop and be like, I'm done for the day. I couldn't imagine driving that much in 24 hours. Especially in a truck. It's one thing in a car. I can do longer in a car, but in a truck that moves slow and no way. Strikeout. Awesome. Mitch Haniger. I don't have him in any of my lineups, so I don't really care what he does. Really, though, it's just the Astros and it's the Mariners. Man, you did Huntsville, Alabama to Cortez, Colorado without stopping. I couldn't. Like, I've driven from Fort Worth, Texas to Vail, Colorado, but I do it over 2 days. I'll stop in Amarillo or somewhere like that, and there's no way I could do it all in one go. What scores are needed before payouts? I don't know. That's a good question. Just depends on where you stand. Right? Yeah, I like to take my time. I'm never in that much of a hurry. But yeah, I drove to Vail last year, and I stopped at Amarillo and then did the rest the next day. It's like a 13-hour drive if you don't stop from here to Vail. But the longest I've ever driven one, like in one go, is like 11 hours, and it was horrible. Yeah, I like to take my time if I can. Like, I can drive from Las Vegas to here in 2 days if I really want to, but I usually split it up into 3. Kyle Seager. I do have him in all my lineups, by the way. Or most of them. Him doing something here would go a long way. Teton Pass, is that in Wyoming? Kyle Seager. All right. Ty France. I need Ty France to get on base so Abraham Toro can come up. Oh, wait, it says no out. I wonder what happened. Probably an error, so I don't get any points. Oh, a double. But dang it. It would have, but no RBI. But hey, a double. Not enough to push me up, though. So what place do you need to be at? So you need to be in 10th place. So I'm 10 points out of 10th place. So I really need... I know Jack Flaherty will give me some more points because he's going to get the win. Or he can get the win. But yeah, Astros players doing absolutely nothing. Where can I make up ground? Pretty much the Astros and Mariners doing something is where I can make up ground. Yep, I stayed at the Little America Hotel in Wyoming twice. When I was moving to Seattle and when I was moving from Seattle to Louisville, I stayed at the Little America Hotel. It's a nice property. It is. Nice kept grounds. Wyoming's a nice state. It's boring to drive through, though, but it's a nice state in the Cheyenne and stuff. So Abraham Toro is not going to come up to bat this inning. I keep doing that. All right, but next inning we got Toro, Fraley, and Torrens coming up. And all right, so we got Alvarez, Diaz, and Gurriel. I'm going to be hard at work this weekend on my baseball or college football model, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm going to add the secondary stats starting tomorrow. And from there, I'll do some regressions and everything. See if the secondary stats make it more predicative or not. I don't think they will, but we'll see. It's worth a shot. They did in college basketball. In college basketball, my most successful models did use secondary stats. All right, I have Yordan Alvarez in these lineups, but I'm so far back, I don't think it's going to matter. So I have Alvarez, Diaz. I have McCormick over here. Alvarez, McCormick. Chattanooga, that my cousin got married there on Lookout Mountain. And I'm going to close this. So I got my college football model right here. Appreciate you watching. I appreciate everyone who stayed through the first 40 minutes. I really do. That was embarrassing. Man, this Brady Singer guy looks like Cy Young tonight. Appreciate it, Joe McMillian. All right. New CFP bottle. Open this real quick. I can run deeper regressions now. I want to try something real quick. Data for what sport? I'd be glad to answer that question if you can just tell me which sport. So my linear regression model is still the most accurate when it comes to projecting away team scores in a non-neutral site game. Football college. College football is going to be collegefootballdata.com. Pro football, I'm not as well versed in that, but I've heard great things about NFL Stats R, I think it's what it's called. Collegefootballdata.com for sure for college football, but let me look at that for you. It's called NFL Stats R or something like that. Yeah, NFL Fast R. This is going to be your place. Oh, wait, Yurley Gurriel got a single and Chas McCormick did too. Did that affect anything? It gave me 3 points up here. Still in 11th. Did I close the gap, though? That's a question. Nope, I did not. Stathead. Let me Google that. The thing is, I know for baseball, I signed up for a website and it sucked. And it was a pay website. Yeah, it was a pay website and it was horrible. And I canceled my subscription after 2 days because it didn't give me the stats I was looking for. Not that the stats were, not that it didn't have the stats I was looking for, but the data is terrible. It still had the Blue Jays playing at the Sky Dome last year and a lot of missing data and incorrect data. Appreciate it, Joe McMillian. I really do. Stathead. I mean, for $16 a month, but what do you get with it? So why is college sports grayed out? You would need a trial. Well, yeah, you get a trial, first month free. But why is college sports grayed out? But here's a question. What do you get? Because in college football and NFL, you need play-by-play data. I just don't know if this would be enough. Yeah, I just don't know if this would be enough. Right, but yeah, if you saw over here, I doubt you guys can see it, but the linear regression model, even going back to 2014, is still the most accurate for projecting away team scores. But what if I tone down the gradient boost model? Would that change anything? Look at those p-values. Nice. Love to see it. The gradient boost. Still can't beat the linear regression. What if I dumped field position and pace? Would that make any difference? Whoops. Yeah, for that stat head, you need to get like raw data exports for it to be worth it. If StatCast has an NFL site, that would be awesome. Nope. Gradient boost is worse, taking those features out. Did I like living in Las Vegas? Yeah, I did. I did like living there. I'm not going to say I didn't. You know, I just wanted to move back home. That's why I moved out. I could have stayed there if I wanted to. I didn't have to move back home to Texas for my job, but I did. I've learned that being around your family is important. And also, you know, I wanted to be in a state that's not going to be subject to all these, you know, mask restrictions and all that. I like how Texas, the leadership of the Texas government doesn't do that. Bans mask mandates and all that. I hate wearing a mask. Yeah, I did hear that Amazon did that. Yeah, I had to cancel my trip to Las Vegas for week 1 of college football because of the mask mandate. I'm not doing that. I'm not. I mean, it's been a year and a half now. Like, geez. It's clear after a year and a half that masks do not work. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever be able to beat this linear regression model. This is just for away points, though. Maybe home points is different, but for away points, linear regression model is the most accurate. It beats out the gradient boost, beats out the adaptive boost, beats out the random forest. Haven't tried neural network yet. What's going on over here? Chaz McCormick just scored a run. I just don't know if I'll be able to come back over here. Yeah, I'm only 6 points out. And the Mariners are batting. Abraham Toro, if he can do something. Abraham Toro and Jake Fraley, the two guys coming up for the Mariners, I could really use them right now. Any thoughts on selling my system? No, I wouldn't do that. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know if anyone would know how to use it because I write it for an audience of one, so people would probably be so confused. Yeah, a typical cloth mask isn't going to stop a virus. It's not. Like a virus is going to spread regardless. Like I wore a mask for the first time a couple weeks ago when I got on an airplane to fly to Las Vegas to go get the rest of my stuff and put it in a U-Haul. And the flight attendants were so pushy about it. Like, it's not like I wasn't, I just wore it. I didn't make a scene or cause a scene, but they would get on the intercom like every 10 minutes and be like, just a reminder that your mask has to cover your nose and mouth at all times. But like every 10 minutes, it's like, okay, we get it. Yep, I completely agree. All right, Abraham Toro didn't do anything. Maybe Jake Fraley can. Man, Abraham Toro's been a disappointment tonight. Circa week 2 NFL, nice. Sounds fun. Hopefully, I know it won't be, but I guarantee the mask mandate's going to be in place. And I remember I watched the college football playoff at Circa last year, and they had security guards walking up and down the sports book, making sure you're wearing your mask. It was so annoying. It killed the vibe. Like, they kicked some people out. Jake Fraley. So, what is going on up here? Travis Darnaud walking got an RBI. That's why. If Jorge Soler can get up to bat, there's only one out. Okay, so Jorge Soler is going to get at least one more at bat. No, when we were at the airport, me and my dad were at the airport, and there are people, they didn't have full hazmat suits on, but there are some people that had like, it's like, if you're that afraid, why are you even getting on a plane? Like, they had like 2 masks on and a face shield and gloves and things over their shoes, and it's like, okay, if you're that afraid, why are you even getting on a plane? $90 to sit at a bar in the sports book? Man, my Mariners players, it's been a train wreck for them tonight. That's what I get for stacking the Mariners. Should have known. I know they're facing a bad pitcher, but still. This is a bad lineup. Do they charge? I wouldn't be surprised if they charge on NFL Sundays. It's so busy on NFL Sundays. They're losing a lot of money if they don't charge. Let's put it that way. Especially the more popular ones like Circa. I'm sure the smaller ones and the less popular ones probably don't, because they're just glad that people are there. But they probably. I would not blame them if they charged on Sundays. Also, because it will keep fights from breaking out. Because you'll have idiots that will like save like a whole row of seats at a sports book, and like that starts so much fights. It's crazy. Not fist fights. It usually don't devolve to that, but a lot of yelling and arguing. Because some guy will save like a whole row of seats, and the people aren't there, and they don't show up, and you're like, I'm saving these seats, and they're like, okay, you've been here for 2 hours, and they haven't come. We're like, oh, they're coming. But that type of stuff happens, and that's why I think they should charge on busy days, because it prevents stuff like that. Okay, you want to save that seat? Well, you have to pay for it. Yeah, I've always said that conspiracy theories are like, people like Alex Jones and stuff, they're right. They're just like not right yet, but they will be right eventually. Like what I mean is like what they're saying, people will say it's wrong now, but it'll eventually be right someday. But that's how I just know day one. Like I remember March 2020 when all this started happening, I was like, this is never going to end, guys. Everyone thinks it's just going to be 2 weeks. I'm like, no, I was screaming from the rooftops. I was like, no, this is not going to just be 2 weeks. They're going to extend this out as long as humanly possible. Do I have any Diamondbacks? I have Gene Segura. No, he plays for the Phillies. Brad Miller, Phillies. No, I don't have any Diamondbacks hitters. I don't know, I'm going to need a minor miracle here to cash in this one. Like, if the Cardinals can win, then I'll have Jack Flaherty to get 5 more points, but I still need to... If I can get Jorge Soler to the plate again... Man, not a good debut for Jorge Guzman. So he's pitched in 2 games. Has this guy ever had a game where he didn't suck? The thing is, can I get Jorge Soler to the plate this inning? That's the question. Yeah, they do nickel and dime in Las Vegas, which I do have a problem with. Like, yeah, you just got to find the off-strip places that are good food-wise. But the one thing I wouldn't have a problem nickel and diming with is paying to sit in a sports book on a busy day, because, like I said, idiots will save like entire rows of seats, and they'll like write on a piece of paper "taken" and put on like all the chairs, and like that's just BS. You don't own the sports book. If you get up out of your seat, like I understand if you need to get up to go to the bathroom, you'll be back really quick. That's one thing. But if you're going to leave, like you'll have people write a sign that says "taken" and be gone for the next 4 hours. Like that's BS. You need to, if you're not going to sit in that seat, then you need to let someone else who will. But I've seen, people argue over stuff like that. Like I was at Green Valley Ranch one time and some guy did that. He had signs that said "taken" on 3 different seats. And it was on a Saturday, college football, busy day. And a group of guys come by and like, hey, have you seen anyone actually sitting here? And I said, no, they haven't been here for the past 3 hours. And so they're like, okay, so they all sat down there. And then the guy finally comes back like an hour later and he's like, hey, these were my seats. And the guys sitting there are like, well, you weren't here in the past 4 hours. And I was like, yeah, but I had signed, that's why that sign says taken. And so the guys are like, I'm not getting up. You don't own the sports book. You can't just reserve a seat for 4 hours and not sit in it. And so the guy got all mad and he's like, do you know who I am? I've been coming here for 20 years and I'm good friends with all the people who run the sports book, blah, blah, blah. And so the guys who took the seat were like, okay, well, go get your friends then. If they can vouch for you, we'll get up. And the guy didn't do it. So he called their bluff. But anyway, yeah, that's why I think paying for seats on busy days, football Saturdays and Sundays in the fall, really, and March Madness, is probably a good idea. Wisconsin Dells, yeah, I've been there. The water park, yeah, what about it? It's not that impressive of a water. I was expecting more for a water park. Man, if I can get Jorge Soler up to the plate, that would be very good. All right, will Jorge Soler come up this inning? That is the question. Nope, he will not. Ooh, someone scored in the Royals game. Andrew Benintendi and Hunter Dozier. That's not good because Zach Greinke's still... No, Kendall Graven came in. But it means Zach Greinke's not going to get the win now. Wheel of Fortune at Wisconsin Dells Water Park. Kalahari. They have an indoor water park that I've seen here in Grand Prairie. It's called Epic Waters, but it's probably not as big as Kalahari. I want to look that up. The one in Round Rock. Looks like Epic Waters to me. I have AJ Pollock, right? Yep. Probably not a lot of people are up lifetime when it comes to betting. Where are my snake contests? Here's one. Oh no, Max Muncy hit a home run. That probably ruined me for this contest. Gonna be hard to overcome that. Unders for NFL preseason? This is probably going to be my last daily fantasy stream. I don't know if I'll do another one until my college football model's done. I just need to get that done before the season starts. But I hope to have like a college football stream when I'm finished, and so I can do like a season preview almost. Right? Yeah, Milkman, you're so right. Like, I knew a guy. I used to go, like, when we were in college, we would drive up to Oklahoma to go to the casinos there, and all my college friends were like that. Like, I knew a guy, and he was like, he would always leave. Most of the time we would go, he would leave down. But I was like, do you ever think about like not coming here anymore? And he'd be like, yeah, but how else would I pay for for example, the toolbox in my truck? I'm like, okay, but anyway, I don't think he could do math. Man, this Brubaker guy can't get anybody out. So much for taking him in my lineups. I wonder if they're going to take him out. Right? People only like to talk about their wins. Yep. Like I'll talk to people who swear they have a system that can beat roulette or craps or table games. No, you don't. Dang it, I fell behind on my head-to-head. I wonder why. He must have somebody that I don't. Because he is Luis Robert, that's why. Yeah, the tout videos. Right, I agree, Milkman. Danny Sheridan. This JT Brubaker guy cannot get anybody out. Maybe I shouldn't have put him in my lineup. Carlos Correa. Wrong lineup. I really needed Michael Brantley to do something. Yordan Alvarez. Yeah, I don't think it's my night. Yeah, I streamed a lot back during college basketball season. And I plan to do it on Saturdays in college football season. This might be it for daily fantasy baseball, though, at least until college football starts. Maybe I'll do one in September. It'd be nice if I could get Yuli Gurley up to the plate. Yeah, have a good one. I appreciate it. Yeah, once these games end, I'm going to call it a night, too. I'm not going to stay up for the ones that just started. All right, Cal Raleigh. I mean, I only have him in one lineup, though. It's not going to matter. But J.P. Crawford getting a hit here would go a long way. Right, yeah. That's why, like, daily fantasy to really succeed, you got to do it over the long run. This is only like the third night of daily fantasy I've played this year. You got to do it over the long run. Like, you could have a bad night like I'm having tonight, which, it's not a bad night. It's not like a horrible night, but JP Crawford getting an RBI single right here would be awesome. All right, in play runs. At least I get an RBI at the very worst. Oh, sack fly, so just... But as long as Mitch Haniger doesn't... I was really hoping that was a single instead of a sack fly. Oh, well. 2 points. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Yeah, I'm too far back. 2 points isn't going to get it done. Yep. I probably should weight my stats for recency as well. I don't, but I've thought about it. All right, Mark Canna's going to come up. I don't know how I think about this. Get guys on base for Kyle Seager. Fantasy baseball for smart people. I'll keep that in mind. Is it about like season-long fantasy or like DraftKings? All right, Kyle Seager, you might be my last hope. You've already done a lot tonight, but I need to ask more of you. All right, yeah, I might check it out then. Fantasy baseball for smart people. Kyle Seager did not come through for me. And yeah, that should do it. It's going to take a miracle for anything to change. So I'm going to be calling it a night on the stream. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Sticking around after the first 40 minutes were a disaster. At least I learned the stream will turn off if your laptop turns off. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate it.